troubleshooting using EasyLogic. I suppose all of you have already seen this block, which is called diagnostic message. When you use diagnostic message and write some text there, you will be able to see this at troubleshooting. When you select algorithm and script diagnostic detailed, you will be able to see these comments there. It's very useful thing for troubleshooting, and we will tell how to make these messages more sensible and more useful. What you can actually do. You can use such things like %d, x, and b for displaying different values. What does it mean? So please have a look at the example of code, so of the algorithm. So after the device start, we just name some just random variable, test variable, and I wrote some random value to it. So 56710, just number, some number. And if you place here diagnostic message, and here in message you will print like number is %d in decimal, %x in hexadecimal, and %b in binary system. And after that, you select some particular variables that you want to substitute this %d with. You will get actually this particular number in different numeral system. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Let's take only number is %d in decimal. This part. For this, we need to add argument. I added just this particular value, and what will happen? This argument will substitute this %d, and it will display it like 56710 is this particular number will be placed instead of %d. So for example, you can write like current battery voltage is %d, and here add argument and select variable like external voltage. And in troubleshooting, each particular moment there will be caption that external voltage is like this, external voltage is like this, external voltage is like this. You can specify the frequency by delay, so if you need this each second, each 5 seconds, etc, 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 and you will see this. For those who are acquainted with C programming language, it is analog of printf function, absolutely, except the fact that you cannot specify like how many numbers you will display, some additional features that C function printf has, but generally it is equal. So as for %x, what is important here is the same value like you selected, for example, external voltage, it will be displayed in hexadecimal system. If you don't know what is it, please read about it. So it is different system, so we can convert each number in different system. Typically we use decimal, but we can convert to hexadecimal and binary system, which are widely used in programming. So, and here just first argument will substitute the first percentage something, the second percentage something, the third percentage something, etc, etc, etc. So you will be able to display some particular value in different numeral system. So for example, here I presented my value in 3 systems, so in decimal, hexadecimal, and in binary, how it looks like. And you can use this actually for displaying status in binary system, for example, in order to see all these zeros and ones. So you open description, you see that, yeah, this 0 is responsible for this 0 is responsible for that, this 1 is this, etc. And one particular example, like more practical one, for example, we need to control some voltage at some sensor. For example, it's connected to input 0, and if the voltage is more than 16 volts, it's like something emergent. We may close the output, we may send SMS to some phone number, and for example, we are pressing like alarm, voltage is present %d. In argument, we select input 0, and this particular value of input 0 will be placed to %d, and in SMS you will get alarm voltage is 16,500 millivolts. Yeah, you can use this for some purposes you need, so very, very convenient actually. In order, for example, to dispatcher understand how urgent the alarm is, for example, if it is 25 volts, he should run. If it is like 16 volts, 0.1, like, okay, no problem, just some noise, just under the normal. Typically, we take all the values in decimal system, and if you need, you can convert to hex. And one more useful feature. It is available only for SMSs, but very useful. When you send SMS, you may use percentage IMEI. How it will work? For example, speed is more than 250. We are trying to send diagnostic message using percentage IMEI. Device with such IMEI is flying. Instead of IMEI in troubleshooting, you will see IMEI. So it's not working for diagnostic messages, but when you send SMS to some particular phone number and press the device percentage IMEI is okay, for example, you will get message, and instead of percentage IMEI, you will get particular IMEI of this unit. So the one unit which sent this SMS. So available only for SMS, but very convenient stuff. And for example, some worker can understand which device sent this, dispatcher of monitoring software, so to what it should react. For example, a device was stolen, etc., etc., etc. Okay. A few words about some mathematical operations. So we have in our mathematical block 3 types of mathematical operation: arithmetic one, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and remainder of division. So about division and remainder of division. If you want to divide 12 on 10 and you use division symbol, you will get 1 because it's integer division. So you get only, I forgot the word, okay, you will get only integer part. Actually, it is called integer part. It will be 1 if you divide 12 on 10. And if you specify percentage, you will get a remainder of division. So you will get 2. So when you divide 12 on 10, the integer part is 1 and 2 is like tail. So sometimes it is necessary, so you can do it using this. As for logical operation, if you are not acquainted with logical operation, I will explain these two next slide. So they are logical and logical or. They actually connected with this particular meaning of words and or. Okay, we will look at them later. And please note that we have bitwise operations, and 1 ampersand and 2 ampersands, they're different. It is different operations, and this operation is actually bitwise and bitwise or, and they're different. About these kind of operations, they're used for working with particular bits. If you are not acquainted with this topic, if you are not acquainted with this, my strong recommendation to Google and read about it at your native language, because it's rather difficult to explain it even in native language. I judge by my students. I already mentioned that I'm a teacher, so I judge by my students, and it's rather difficult for them to understand this topic. So please, if you're not acquainted, just Google and read about it. When you know it, it is rather easy, but for the first time, it's really mind-breaking. Please remember about it, that we have this, and we will have a look at some small example. About logical operation and or. About logical and. What does it mean? When you use it this way, it means that we are at one and the same time. We need both conditions be true. For example, here you see status of input 0 and input 1. For example, if ignition is on and at the same time seatbelt of the driver is connected, so we suppose that everything is good. Otherwise, if at least one of these points is not true, it is not suitable for us, and we react some different way. So actually, analog of this, how you can do it using previous methods, is that you can use these two blocks. As for or, it is when you need just for being true, only one operation being true. So if the driver connected his seatbelt, or if he started the engine, we may already, for example, play audio file and asking him to attach a trusted key to the reader. About bitwise operations, here is example of how can you get using this operation, particularly these 2 bits of signal quality out the device status. Here is example. So we take status and put bit mask. So how it looks like? We convert status, actually like device convert, to binary system. It applies the mask, and each bit is multiplied on the mask. So if it is 0, it will react in 0 and clear everything that not necessary. And in front of the variable in which we are interested in, we put ones in the mask. And when we multiply, we will get the value which is here. So all the rest will be cleared. We get GSM status in this format, but we have, in order to check it, if it is 2, 3, or 1 or 0, we need to move it to the right. So we need to clear these zeros. And for this, right bit shift is used. So we move all of these to the right side. I always said that just imagine the frame and you are moving the value there, and all the things that are crossing the frame, they are just deleted. So when we move to 12, so here is 12 zeros. When we move to 12, we get actually the number of status we have. So 1, 0. If we convert from binary system to decimal system, it will be 2. So our quality of signal is 2. Rather good, something like this. And if you need help for converting, you can use standard Windows calculator, or you can go to Kanscanner page, and in the right side there is a small calculator, and if you input decimal value, it will automatically convert this to hexadecimal and binary. For example, sometimes maybe it will be useful for you. Just please use it.